Let's see what happens. All right. We are live, everybody. Welcome to Virtual TrekCon 4. It would not be the opening ceremonies of a gigantic convention if not for a little bit of technical difficulties, mostly human error. So we've got everybody here practically. Meteorologist Katie is here. Looks like this thing's giving you the bunny ears.
Yes.
Yeah. Our superstar, our guiding light, Sirach Lofton is here, everybody.
Hello.
Melissa Longo is also here. Giant smile.
Hello.
Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel is also here, the walking exclamation point.
Hi.
And of course, Dr. Muhammad Noor is here to make us all smarter.
Hello, pleasure to be here. Yay, Virtual TrekCon. Can't wait.
All right, I had to check to make sure we actually were live, and we are, thank goodness. Oh, my name is Ryan T. Husk, and I am the very definition of human error. All right, so this is it. Right? No. Thank you.
You can blame the computer for it. Computer error.
Sirach's like, yeah, but kind of though, yeah.
Just in comedy.
First things first, everybody, we have to show off, actually my rad shirt, Lower Decks, but Melissa Longo's radical shirt. No spoilers, but this will be revealed later today. Check this out.
Ooh, my hair's in the way.
Stem bolt and chill.
Who are those cuties?
Look at these guys.
Who are these cuties?
Unbelievable.
That is
where's
great.
Les Landau when you need the
We got to get Les Landau that shirt.
I know.
That would be glorious. All right. So before we get into it all, yes.
Yeah, before you move on, I think Anne-Marie has a special shirt on too.
Picard premiere day.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Riza
Who's
and
this?
Chill.
Oh
How did I
God.
know you got that one?
Of course.
I love the
I
Horgon
love-
on the side.
Oh my God, I know. I love a captain's holiday.
Oh.
I actually got
okay.
two
Chill
of them.
day.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I'm definitely going to get my brother that shirt. There is no way he is not getting it. Number one Picard fan and booty short fan.
Oh, I just got it because I read books.
Oh, you're getting him the booty shorts as well?
Oh wow! Thanks for revealing.
Literally.
I mean, he's got plenty. He doesn't need me hooking him up. I get his hand-me-downs.
Aw.
So let's say hi to everybody in the chat before we move into this. Homer Freezy says, ooh. I don't know if it's like, ooh, or if it's like, ooh. Louise A is saying either E or E. Something. David Gregory says, love that. Muhammad says, such a great shirt. BL says, officially opening ceremonies. Hello to everybody. Scott Jensen, Fran Iverson, JR Poole, Dave Mattingly, Linda Anderegg, War Dog Heim, who I said earlier sponsored my peanut butter and jelly sandwich the other day. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And War Dog, thanks for the goodies. Yummy. I
Yeah.
haven't been able to try them all yet, but yeah.
By way of
Yummy.
Sirach Lofton.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
And I got all the meats, so thank you, Bill.
Yes.
Bragging. I see what you mean.
Yeah. Well, you guys are not going to eat it, so I figured I'll take the
This
meat.
is true.
Ain't that the
This
truth?
is very true.
So thanks,
All right.
Bill.
So everybody that wants to know more about those awesome shirts, go check out the virtual vendors room that is starting in a couple hours. It's 4:45 p.m. Pacific time. That's 7:45 p.m. Eastern time. It is Star Trek Speed Dating Promenade, and everybody's going to show you their wares. And you are going to see where you can get all the cool stuff. We got podcasts, we have shirts, all kinds of cool things there. Very quickly, for those of you that are new to Virtual TrekCon and don't know what the heck is even going on, think of it like Netflix. You know, when a cool episode of Star Trek just ends and then you automatically go to the next one? This is like that, where every video just below, if you look just below us, you can see a link that says, watch the next VTC video here. So when this video is over, you just click that link. It takes you to the next video. And we just do that for 5 days. It's bedlam. And that's pretty much it, right?
It's even better than Netflix because you get to share the experience with friends in real time. You're just typing in there like, wasn't that so cool? And things like that. I love it.
Yeah.
Told you he's going to make us smarter. So true.
As always. Yeah.
So first things first, Sirach, this is Star Trek Picard Day. Happy Star Trek Picard Day to everybody.
Mhm.
Oh, by the way,
And to you.
for a little later,
Yeah.
I didn't open this yet because, of course,
Oh.
you got to wait until Star Trek Picard Day before you open it.
Oh, wow.
It's
Go.
big.
Gosh, that box.
I
That
think
is
there's a
huge.
zebra in there,
That's like as big as you.
Zebra.
a kitten.
Maybe a zonkey that's half zebra, half donkey.
Ooh, combo move.
Yeah. They're pretty cool. They look like they have socks. They have like the stripy legs, but the body's not stripy.
Oh,
Zonkies. They're cool.
Have we officially found our mascot for this year?
That'd be
Is it
cool.
Because every year we got to have a mascot. I think.
Yeah.
We could do the zonkey. They're
Oh
very
my
cute.
goodness.
Zonky.
Did you
What
Google a picture?
about, yeah, what about the baby Zonky is our official virtual TrekCon 4 mascot?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah.
Adorable. They
So
look like they have socks.
cute.
That's great.
Look at this little guy. Oh, look at this little stinker.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Look at those legs.
He's
Look at the legs
so
on him.
Fluffy.
oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Oh.
Got a little war cry.
Yep.
Wow.
All right.
So
So I'm going to set up a poll. So everybody at home, this is your show. It's all free. It's by the fans. It's for the fans. So I'm going to set up a poll while Sirach here tells us all how fun the premiere was of Star Trek Picard in Hollywood.
The poll you're setting up, is it going to be names for zombie? Because I want to submit one.
Definitely. What do you got?
I'm going with Pippi Long Zonkey.
Love it.
Aw.
it's so cute.
I want the techno metal band White Zonkey.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
Any other names? Melissa, what's your name for the zonk or the zonkster?
Oh my gosh.
Actually, I like Songster.
Zonkster. Right.
Songster. I don't know. No, I don't know.
Big Mochi.
Aw.
Mochi. Big
Big
Mochi.
Mochi. Big
Big
Mochi.
Mochi.
Oh.
Mochi 2.0.
The Picard premiere was awesome. It was a blast, and just being there watching it on the big screen is a whole nother experience. When you get to see all of the detail like on that giant side screen, it was like it's
Yeah.
overwhelming. Yeah, you get to see all the detail, and it just looks like a feature film. And that was one of the things that jumped out to me. It was like the exterior shots of the ships, the sets, everything looked larger than life and really beautiful. And the director put together just a beautiful piece of artwork. And then you get the anticipation of all of the people that we've been waiting to see. Just seeing new characters or the old characters brought back anew is fun. And I think that's what I've been kind of deep down wanting to see more of on Picard. And now that they're giving it to me, I'm excited about that part.
Mhm.
Do you mean director Doug Arniakowski?
I was
Doug
just going to say
Arniakowski,
Anne Marie
yeah.
knows exactly where to
I didn't
take
wanna,
this.
I didn't want to butcher his name. That's why I was like, Should
Doug
I just
A.
say Doug or Arniakowski? Yes,
Mhm.
I mean, like he just really pushed the vision. I told him that I really enjoyed the special effects in this, and also some of the scene shot selections, the lighting. It was very intimate in some areas, and then also comical in some areas as well. I felt like they hit a lot of the notes that you're looking for when you're watching this show, when you're watching a Star Trek show. You're looking for a little bit of the seriousness, a little bit of the comedy, and they balanced that, I think, perfectly for these first 2 episodes of the pilot of this series.
I think everybody wants to name the Zonky right now. We have Bazonka Zonk. David Mattingly said.
He said Zonky Kong.
Yeah.
Donkey
That's
Kong.
amazing.
And
That's a
Zonky
good
Doodle
one.
Dandy.
Oh,
And Zonky
Yeah.
McZonk Face.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Yeah. This is getting real.
So the poll question is, which day should we talk about first? Because we want to get everybody, caught up to exactly what's going on with Virtual TrekCon 4. The options are Sunday, Saturday, Friday, or today. Duh.
No choice for Monday.
Go
Yeah,
in
well, you only
order.
get 4
It's gonna do
chances.
my head in.
Anne Marie, why is Doug Arniakowski relevant to what we're doing today, besides the fact that he directed the first 2 episodes of Picard brilliantly?
In addition to some episodes that may even make the Lappy Awards. But
Wink.
yeah. So he's basically amazing. Has directed Short Tracks, Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek Picard, these first 2 episodes, like Ryan said. And we're lucky enough to have him joining the 7th Rule review of episode 1 tonight with Ryan and Sirach. Which I'm very much looking forward to. It's just stunning.
War Dogheim is asking what that amazing thing is behind your shoulder, Sirach.
Oh, this is the Cisco art that I did.
You did that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude.
Yeah, I
That's
made
so
that
cool.
10 years ago now.
Wow.
And I presented it to him in London. But yeah, I took a bunch of scripts. So it's actually made out of scripts and call sheets.
Wow.
That is unbelievable.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's Cisco. I made one of Patrick Stewart as well. And I'm still supposed to make Shatner one. So I'm kind of late on that. Like 10 years.
Gorgeous.
You should make it out of commas, just like the way he talks.
Now he was specific. He said he wanted the Canadian flag behind him. So he was very specific.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. So I've got the British one, the US one, and then I'll do a Canadian one for him. And then I'll plan on doing an Ethiopian one for myself, which I halfway started off already.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing
Red,
is for
yellow.
the next Virtual TrekCon, you're going to do like a crafting corner with Sirach.
Oh, yes.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a whole mixed media arts section.
Dave Mattingly
yeah.
says Shatner, the comma chameleon.
Oh, comma, chameleon. Yeah, and I was thinking of Doug Arnazonki
Okay.
Yeah.
to mix them both. You can just
Mhm.
blend all of
Merge it.
Wow.
Yeah.
it.
So, by the way, do you guys want to, let's do like a really quick flyby of the guests just to wow people. Now, everybody go to virtualtrekcon.com, and you can see everybody that is being featured here. So let's do that. Should we? We'll just do like super quick flyby because you can check that out. Here we go. You see it?
Oh,
Sex cutie.
Oh my.
Woo!
gosh.
Hey, look at this
Look
guy.
at that. It's better than a lot of
Oh.
conventions. A lot of in-person conventions, that is.
Wow.
Wow.
Incredible.
Wow.
Tracy.
Crazy.
Hey, look at that
Hey.
Yeah, Katie.
What? Darth Shuey?
Wow.
What
Darth! Yay!
We've got all these extra panelists. We've got groups.
Jeez.
Holy
We've got
cow.
everything your heart could ever desire.
Aw. There's a lot of good people there.
But did you
that's
see
pretty
Darth
amazing.
too?
Yeah, that's Farm Boy number 2 or something.
Yeah, on Star Trek
VTC1
2009.
joke. Yeah.
All right. So let's go over, by the way, everybody that voted, the answers in the poll, the totals, the tally. Sunday got 1% of the votes. Saturday got 3% of the votes. Friday, curiously, got 10% of the votes. 84% of you said today, duh. So I guess that's what we will.
Yeah. Well,
start with.
and then we just have to give like a little bit of a shout out to the people who did the pre-con show yesterday, Shore Leave with Jesse and Marina, and I think Joey from ECP for the Star Trek cruise, which was an amazing
JT.
live panel.
JT.
JT, sorry.
It's okay.
One
There's
day I'll be
Joey
a
and
cruiser.
JT, right? But those
Yeah,
are the
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Mhm.
Actually, Sirach,
It's very fun.
Mohammed, and Melissa, you've all been on that cruise. How awesome are ECP? How well do they treat us?
Great.
Very, very, very well.
Such an incredible experience.
Yeah. They're very responsive to feedback. And whenever there's an issue, they're very active. Like, all right, let's go ahead and fix it.
Mhm.
Yeah, and also the just the production value that they put behind the scenes. They really go over and beyond to make sure that everybody's taken care of. So they're first class, definitely.
Mhm.
And I'm excited about the cruise, Mohammed, coming up.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Can't
they're
wait.
nice. There are 9 rooms
Yeah.
left.
No, they're gone now.
Really? No
Oh,
way.
man.
Yeah, there was a tweet
Hey.
earlier today saying they're all gone.
Wow.
It's because of that panel last night.
That was it. Jesse and Marina cleaned it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that was
and
the.
JT's always fun too. He's got great energy. He's awesome.
Yes.
That was our first cruise for myself and Sirach last year, and we were thoroughly impressed with how well they treat the fans, the panelists, just like the overall sleekness of it all. It just feels like it feels big at the same time as it feels intimate and small and fun. You can get away from everybody if you need to. You can be in the middle of everything if you need to. They're accessible. The staff is unbelievably friendly. Do they give them happy pills? How is anybody that friendly? I can't believe it.
Well,
So
it's not just the ECP staff, but also the cruise staff. Like the
Right.
people who work
Cruise
on the
staff.
ship. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
that was Royal
fantastic.
Caribbean, I think, last year,
Yeah.
right?
There's a
The
guy.
other thing
acknowledge
is that
Oh, please.
yeah, the other thing is that you get the feel, at least I did when I was walking in the different areas, you get the feel of being on the promenade.
Yeah.
I felt like I was on the promenade a few times. You feel like you're, oh, okay, this is like a space station here. This is like a nice little, a ship.
Oh, that's the best testimonial ever.
Yeah, totally.
You
I
would
felt like I
know.
was on Deep Space Nine
Yeah.
too when the Quaaludes kicked in.
Melissa was on the 2020 cruise with me, and there was a guy who would stand outside the buffet thing. And we called him the washy guy. He'd give you a
Oh
little
my
hand sanitizer, be like
gosh.
washy. But
Washy,
sometimes he'd be like,
washy.
"You have the
Amazing.
power. You have the power.
Yes.
You have the power."
Yes.
He was
Yes.
awesome.
He was
Yeah.
always happy. It didn't matter if it was breakfast or really, really late at night. He was always
Mhm.
willing to clean your hands.
And it makes you happy when you walk in. Like it keeps you, even if you're hungry or hangry. Katie
Fine,
gets
sorry.
hangry sometimes.
Sorry,
You
but
know.
we have much to discuss. So moving on.
So sorry. All right. So
How people go on the cruise. The second you mention it, you'll you're on the cruise for hours.
Yeah.
It's fair point. Fair point.
Yeah, it's like a cult.
great
That's
stuff.
That I
So
wanna
what do we
join.
have to look
Cult.
forward to on this year's cruise? Just kidding, Anne-Marie. She's going to kill us. All right. So when you go to virtualtrekcon.com, You check this out. You'll see all the fun people that are featured here. Then you click on the schedule.
Oh my God, is that Jimmy Jones? Oh no, it's Walter.
Here's the calendar. It's actually 6 buttons here. The first one is all the pre-convention viewing. That's the last 3 days. We had a bunch of goodies for you. Click on Thursday. Everything is linked. So this makes it super easy. Any of you that this is, say, a first time for, I know that wasn't grammatically correct, Muhammad. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I forgive.
Any first timers, not only you can click the button below the video when you're watching us to click to the next one, but you can always just go back to virtualtrekcon.com, and every one of these, the schedule is, online. You click the link, you would go to Larry Nemechek's Trekland here. Then this takes you directly to the link. This was the first 2 things of the day. Then this is the third thing of the day, the opening ceremonies. That's us, right? Then you would click there to get here, but you're already there. Then the next video, you can either, on the website, you can either click here to watch the next video, or at the bottom of this video here, you can just click where it says, click the link to watch the next video, or next VTC video here. Click that. Takes you to here. Look at that. Dr. Muhammad Noor, Ryan T. Husk, our special guest, rover scientist, Mars rover scientist, Dr. Tanya Harrison, and actress Kelly Park review the first episode of the highly suggested War Dog Heim. I hope you're listening. You've suggested it many times. The original Battlestar Galactica from 1978 on their weekly show. Watch the first. This is on the Renee Auberjonois stage.
Here because Tanya of Mars is a massive Deep Space Nine fan. I can't wait to hear what massive Deep Space Nine fans think.
Good knowledge. Then after
England
that,
in the live chat says she loves how easy it is to use the VTC website.
When people read a quote from Eve, I prefer it if they read it in her accent.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Melissa, you lived in the UK for a while, though, so you can definitely do the accent.
I can do the accent, but now I'm not hearing it in my head, so it's like, I don't know where it would come from.
Zoe Graves says, massive DS9 fans unite.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go back here and check out the schedule again.
Okay, and then we have one of the most amazing parts of VTC every year, which is when we're joined by the vendors and podcasters and just have like an amazing community experience.
So this is
as soon as I saw speed dating, I was like, are we really doing this? Are we gonna make some connections? Like what?
Yes,
then I read the description. I was like, still gonna be awesome, but not kind.
Now that the pressure of Valentine's
You never know.
over,
Yeah.
There you go.
You never know what happens in the vendors room. Right? So so what that is that's 4:45 p.m. Pacific time, 7:45 p.m. Eastern time at Star Trek Speed Dating Promenade. It's a virtual vendors room. Rather than walking table to table, the vendors come to you. So everybody, each vendor will come on live for a few minutes and tell us about their wares, tell us about their website, tell us about their podcast, give us, their information on social media, and you can go check them out. And then once you got all that information, boom, on to the next one and on to the next one. It's really cool. Should be a lot of fun.
Special deals. Oh my gosh, shopping.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Get a coupon code.
We should have coupon code cruise. It's going to happen. There will be coupon code cruise on the promenade, guaranteed. Then we have the Seventh Rule presents Star Trek Picard, the moment we've all been waiting for. Join hosts Sirach Lofton and Ryan T. Husk as they review and discuss the brand new season 3 Star Trek Picard episode that just dropped, with very special guest, the director of the first 2 episodes, Doug Arniakowski. This is on the Aaron Eisenberg stage, which is on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel. Boy, that was a fun one.
I just want to pronounce it one time how Aaron would pronounce it, which would be Doug A. Arnikoski. A.
Arnikoski. Very nice.
He used to love that double A joke all the time. And my dad's name.
Well,
yeah.
Because his didn't have the second A, right?
No, because he said that the reason that the second A was added was because Moses was a stutterer.
Oh my God.
Aaron.
Aaron. Okay.
Aaron.
Okay.
That totally sounds like a Monty Python thing.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that's funny.
So his,
he would always
his was spelled the right way.
Yeah, he would always bring that up. He never ceased to remind me if he saw a double A Aaron.
Yeah. Yep.
That's so funny.
Sorry, Ryan.
Is Ryan doing
muted?
Face?
Yeah, it looked like a
He's
poll
muted.
face. Yeah.
That's okay. I just said we miss him.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna do a poll of which spelling of Aaron was right or something. That's what I thought you were doing.
3 A's, no
I
exceptions.
was just tweeting from VTC. I took that moment. So let us continue on the schedule. But yeah, the rule of thumb is anytime anybody wants to bring up Aaron is a great time for us.
Yep.
We stop everything always. After that, got to fix that. 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be easy to see because it'll be right after this one, and you'll just click the link. Cirroc Lofton, Melissa Longo, and Ryan T. Husk continue their Star Trek Picard coverage with this interview of Jin Maley. Jin plays communications officer Ensign Kova Rin Esmar of the USS Titan. You don't want to miss this. So this might be Jin's very first interview. I believe it is. And everybody at home, you want to meet the USS Titan crew. There are some very interesting characters, some very interesting people behind those characters. And this is the first as we continue our Star Trek Picard coverage.
Yeah.
That's when I do the baseball, I guess.
There's probably some video filter for that, isn't it? There's probably some video filter that would do that, right?
Oh, yeah. Let me see if...
It's like the air horn, but it's with phasers.
Right.
And
Okay.
I'm just gonna interject. Jin Maley's an awesome follow on Instagram. So if you're not following them yet, make sure you follow and let them know like how awesome it is they're doing this interview for
please do.
Virtual TrekCon. Like,
Okay, I got the filter.
You got it?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
So, you know what? I'm going to take that off before people start screenshotting it.
It's too late.
Yeah,
I know.
to turn back now. All right. So next, this is a great one. Cirroc Lofton. Check this out. 7:30 p.m. What the heck? We need to fix these numbers.
There's some time zone issues in the East here.
We're
We
in
lose
cause and
30
effect.
minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry,
So
guys. I did the timing. So
Cocktail hour started early.
It's around 10.
About.
It's,
ET is estimated time.
Plus or minus. We'll put the plus or minus at the bottom.
you know what it is? It's because Gallifrey 1 is happening this weekend, right? That whole
Ah.
timey-wimey thing.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
that's the real.
There's a hole in the
Okay.
space-time continuum.
That's the
Timey-wimey.
real
Clean
thing.
language. Okay.
All right. So, next is, of course, at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Of course, one Trek fan took screenshots. Lisa is like the queen of screenshots and then sharing them on virtual Trek, tagging virtual TrekCon and sharing them on Twitter. So can't wait to see those. Okay.
She's a quickie.
Okay. Sorry.
She's a quick one.
So be on your best behavior.
Let's pull that back up here. What did we miss?
What is this best behavior thing?
So you guys, this is very important. Growing up on the set of Star Trek, the Rod Roddenberry and the Cirroc Lofton compare their experiences growing up on the sets of Star Trek on the Paramount lot, the difficulties, the fun, and getting into trouble.
I'm so looking forward to that one. That's gonna be some good stuff.
My favorite story is Cirroc on a golf cart. That's all I'm gonna say.
Dun dun dun. Tune in next time.
Yeah. No, there's some great stories. Rod is such an amazing guy, and he's so good-hearted and humble and genuine. It's so fun to be around and talk to when you meet him. And I know those of you that have met him and got to spend time talking to him can see that. You couldn't ask for a better person to be at the helm of the Star Trek empire.
Yep. All right. Just got a call from Darnell, and I rejected. I'm like, Darnell, you should be watching this. I don't know.
He was calling to tell you, hey, the time is wrong on that website.
Yeah, the times are off.
Yeah. If you need me, come to the live chat.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's what we'll do.
He got an invite.
That's true. Let me go ahead and send him the link so that he can join in. All right. So what's next on our agenda for
Discovery
today?
Pod.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Star Trek Discovery Pod. We love them.
Yeah, Muhammad, can you tell us all about them, please?
I actually don't know anything about it. I just saw it on the thing when you pulled it up earlier.
How about Anne-Marie then?
They're lovely. I think I can't remember where they all live, like Mariah and company. And actually, like, I met them on a Women at Warp podcast festival a couple of years ago. And then they were like gracious enough to invite me onto their podcast to talk about virtual TrekCon a little and then talk about an episode. But every Thursday they review the new episode of Star Trek. It's just like really well researched and great like callbacks. So it'll be very fun. That's live at 11 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, obviously they're West Coast time because East Coast people don't usually go live at 11.
Yeah.
I mean, they should. I always want to talk about Star Trek, but yeah. Yeah, they're great.
Yep. All right. So, Cirroc, I just sent you something funny.
Okay.
All right. So, Darnell Davis text, sorry, are you live? And then this emoji. And he says, have fun. We miss you, Darnell. All right. So, virtual TrekCon, you know, a lot of us were doing different panels. Sometimes they're interviews. Sometimes they're full panels with like 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 people. You know, we have the speed dating. We have the only Star Trek Awards show live on Sunday evening, 5 p.m. Pacific. I should just say something weird like 6:15 Eastern time just to go along with it. No, it's 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday. We will all be there, as will dozens of Star Trek people presenting and accepting wins, nominations, finalists. It's going to be intense. So you do not want to miss that. But everybody at home, this is a very grassroots thing. This is all free. We don't get paid for this. So we don't have a very big promotional budget. So we don't have thousands or millions of dollars to put out into the universe and promote this thing. So we need you to please share as much as you can. Share this. You know, there's some share links just right below this video. You can just click share and send it out to wherever. Yeah. Yes.
I'm going to give a little life hack, which is add the hashtag Star Trek Picard, because Paramount Like Paramount just had millions of dollars to give to marketing things, and right now they've boosted that hashtag. So let's just take advantage of theirs. Yeah. So hashtag it Star Trek Picard.
That's a good hack.
Well, it's just a coincidence
It's
that today
relevant.
is Star Trek Picard Day.
Yeah.
Hashtag Star Trek Picard.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Well, we had
But
Larry and
also,
Lolita talking
everything
about.
has to do with Star Trek Picard,
Right.
because
We had
all of
Larry and
the
Lolita
Trek-
talking about Next Generation.
Mhm.
We had Dan Curry and Doug Drexler talking about Next Generation and Star
And
Trek
Picard.
Picard. We're covering Picard, Sirach and I. We've got Jen Maley. We've got Rodden Brodenberry talking about Next Generation. Just goes
Mhm.
all the way down the line.
There's no lie with that hashtag.
Mhm.
Not at all.
All right. So everybody in the live chat, if you have any questions at all, especially if you're new, if you've never done this before and you don't really understand fully what's going on, or we didn't explain it well, just go ahead and ask us a question and we will answer it. We will be your IT section.
Are you going to fly through the rest of the schedule? Just show people other days besides Friday?
Should we?
Yes.
I think it'd be nice.
Mhm.
Just get
And-
people excited
Right.
about some things that maybe they didn't look
And-
at.
While we do that, why don't you go ahead and hit the like button? You know,
Yes.
since
Always listen to Melissa. That's good advice.
Mhm.
Good advice.
you
She
know,
gets it.
because there's a lot to like here.
Mhm. So
Very lovely.
every evening ends with a re-premiering or a new premiering on a different channel of something that was live earlier in the day. And that is because Virtual TrekCon is global. We want to include everybody. So
Mhm.
people that are, say, in Japan or Australia or New Zealand that can't be up at 3 a.m. to watch our morning episodes or our morning, live streams, they can watch it, at the end of our nights, which to them is the middle of the afternoon. Or the people, say, in England, say in the UK and Europe and Africa and all that,
Spain.
they can watch at the end of the night for us because that's early morning for them. So this way, everything is fully global. So you'll notice one or two of those at the end of every night.
I have to say, we have a pretty international live chat right now, too.
Mhm.
Just
Mhm.
Totally.
quite
Yeah.
impressive.
Like Andrew Derzinski, who is clearly from Poland, says, if Ryan could be any animal, what would it be? Obviously, a zonkey. Everybody knows.
Remember, male zonkies are sterile, though.
Oh,
Mm.
well, he
Really?
doesn't like kids, so that might work.
No, everybody likes kids.
Oh.
So day 2.
Moving
Picard.
on.
Yeah, let's fly through these. Good point, Mohammed.
Thank you.
Check it out. So this Friday, February 17th, this is TGIF Party Day. If you can come
Woohoo!
up with a better name, let us know, but that's a fun name. We have VFX artist Matt Boardman. He's worked on the Orville and Star Trek Discovery. So Sirach and I talked to him about the differences between the two and just, working on Star Trek in general, all kinds of cool stuff. By the way, Matt Boardman, VFX artist, might be joining us before the end of this live feed because
Oh.
he helped us out quite a bit on Virtual
Mhm.
TrekCon 4, and he's going to tell you exactly how and what the inspiration was behind it, which is also relevant to hashtag Star Trek Picard.
Oh,
It's extremely relevant. In fact, it's kind of derivative of it, in a way.
Amazing.
So next is at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time, 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. We have Strange New Worlds Pod. Dr. Nord, this is your good buddy, Dr. Michael Wong, right?
yes. No, he's fantastic. He has this podcast that you can get from any of your favorite streaming services, but essentially it's just the science behind what you see in various Star Trek. And he's an astrobiologist. That's his background. And he's interviewing an astromycologist, like the depicted Paul Stamets.
That's gonna be really cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait. That is tomorrow, Friday.
Astromycology.
Yep. It's a study of fungi in space,
Cool.
or fungi that go to space, not fungi that are already there.
So they're very smart.
Yeah.
Can we
Spelling bee
basically
word.
rule out, Mohammed, that there is no fungus in space?
Well, I'm sure some have been sent there. Like, 'cause there's spores on everything that we send off into space, and I would be shocked if some of them didn't happen to be fungal.
But I mean, do they?
Estimate.
They would all die though immediately, right? I mean,
Well, it depends on spores are pretty resilient. So I mean, a spore might be able to last a good long while. I don't know how long, but I mean, not infinite, of course, but they can last a good long while. So it's possible. And some of them are really protected. I think for the Mars Curiosity rover, they estimated something like 56,400 spores on the hardware surfaces, if I remember correctly from the NASA report on that.
Wow.
So it'd be kind of protected too. So.
And our guest on the Falling Tower Watch, the first video right after this, worked on the Curiosity rover, right?
One of them. I don't remember if it was Curiosity or if it was the other one, but yeah, she worked on one of them for sure.
Three of it was Curiosity, and then three more inspirational words. Yeah, it's perseverance, love, exuberance,
kindness,
patience. Yeah. All right.
Perseverance.
Yeah.
So what it was, the fungus was on the exterior of the ship. Is that what it grew on the exterior?
Oh, so you mean in terms of the ones that went to Mars?
Yeah.
There were some that are estimated, because the problem is when we send something to space, there's no way we can completely sterilize something before we send it up there, because it will be prohibitively expensive and damaging to the equipment. So they just do like a best they can, and then they send stuff up. So they then just estimate how many were probably still on some of the hardware surfaces, like underneath. So, and some of them may have been protected enough to get there, and maybe like you could bring them back. This is, I don't know if you remember the Cassini spaceship that they intentionally crashed into Saturn. The reason they intentionally crashed into Saturn is they were worried it would contaminate like one of the moons around there. That if there was something on there alive, and later we sample life, like, oh look, life. Oh shoot, it's E. coli.
Oh, what a letdown that would be.
That would be a big letdown. Wow. So that was why they had to intentionally burn up into Saturn, because they didn't want to contaminate any other world. But I mean, we haven't done that with Mars. We've just sent stuff up there and they're there. So
yeah, we're like, fuck Saturn. Everybody at home, by the way, Dr. Mohammed Noor is an evolutionary biologist, also an occasional science advisor for Star Trek. Easy for me to say there. So that's why he knows everything about everything. It's because he learned it.
And author of Live Long and Evolve.
Yeah.
Such a good book.
Also host of some of the panels on this week on his BioTrekkie YouTube channel.
Yeah, we got a fun one fun ones on Saturday and Sunday that I'm hosting. But not as fun as the
They're
Lappy Awards show.
Yay.
Then we have Life Support Live on Friday with Dr. Trek, Larry Nemeczek, and Dr. Ali Matu. Finally, the first reunion special after the end of this amazing 2-year pandemic. They talk about Star Trek Picard Season 3. There's the link. Remember, everything's got a link below it. And nothing conflicts. So you never have to choose what you want to see. You can literally watch everything, and nothing.
You don't have to run between rooms. It's awesome.
Yeah, which is why this is better than an in-person one. Because you
no elevators. It's perfect.
No mask requirements.
No accidentally bumping into a sharp cosplay. Like, it's perfect.
Up next at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern time. This is still Friday. The Seventh Rule presents a live Q&A with Denise Crosby and Cirroc Lofton. Neither Denise Crosby, who's Tasha Yar, nor Cirroc Lofton, aka Jake Sisko, we know, have seen Star Trek The Next Generation until now. They are about 8 episodes into their first ever viewing with The Seventh Rule. Join this live Q&A to ask them your burning questions about it. So this can be really cool. Everybody just come on in and ask away. You know, what are their impressions of the first 8 episodes so far? Is it better? Is it worse than they expected? Does Denise remember any of this? Whatever you want. Just no spoilers for the next 165 episodes. Then next, Falling Tower presents 52 shows in 52 weeks, a 2022 in review. From Stargate to Star Wars, He-Man to Dungeons and Dragons. Michael Kenyon Rosenberg, Dr. Mohammed Noor, and Ryan T. Husk, and their special guests from around the Hollywood entertainment business and beyond watch and discuss the first episodes of various shows. We're going to go through all of those 52 shows that we covered in 2022, but we're going to do it lickety split. It's going to be super quick and fast. There are going to be a whole bunch of special guests, actors and such, people that frequented our show, and it's going to be bedlam. It's going to be just
so much
bedlam.
fun. So much fun.
Oh, Anne-Marie, would you like to tell them about the Zocalo?
Oh, yeah. So as everybody who watches Babylon 5 knows, the Zocalo is sort of like Quarks or like the promenade of Babylon 5. And Norm of Mission Log and Charlene Schmidt of Star Trek and Chill and like an OG podcaster for To the Journey, and now also co-host of Zocalo, and now doing like a Zocalo show on Mission Log's Discord. They're basically like doing a review of all of Babylon 5. So they're bringing their deep dive of this really great season 1 episode, Signs and Portents, into virtual TrekCon so that we can talk about it. And one of the things I also really love about their current rewatch is that they're watching for the first time the Babylon 5 that's been remastered. And sometimes they point out like what they can now see for the first time that they couldn't see like in their 10 other watches. So it'll be very fun to hear and watch. And
speaking of which, Sirach and I are doing something like that with Melissa when we are now starting our Deep Space Nine deep dives, and we're going in even deeper and catching like a lot of things that we missed in our first viewing of Deep Space Nine so many years ago. So at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time, that's right after the Zocalo. You don't even have to remember. You could just be watching the Zocalo and then click the next video. It's Star Trek and Chill. It's Friday. It's a live show with all the gang, the Star Trek and Chill gang. Special guest, JJ Lendl, the amazing sci-fi artist.
JJ Lendl?
That's cool.
Who's made like 8 of my t-shirt arts.
Yes, that's right.
I mean, actually now I'm up to like
and
11.
Counting.
Yeah.
And remember the rule for that one, you have to bring a drink of some sort when you watch.
Okay.
Yes.
Get to bring a drink.
Yeah.
So that's fun. And that was actually had its inaugural episode on VTC4. We tried that out and it was fun. Just hanging out, talking Star Trek and having a beverage. But we always end up talking about food too, not just beverages.
Yeah.
Like grilled cheese sandwiches.
Who's in the lab chat?
Prawn chips.
Roddenberries. Oh, we love
Hey,
the Roddenberries.
The Roddenberries are on Virtual TrekCon 4 as well. Stay tuned for
Place just
that.
got way cooler.
Yep. So what's next here?
Oh, and
Greatest
then
Gen?
we have Greatest Generation Cocktail Hour with Adam and Ben, which they've been making cocktails from the Star Trek Cocktail Cookbook. And if you remember previously on Virtual TrekCon 3, they did a couple drinks, but the one that was the most impressive required a pineapple to be carved into the shape of a bat'leth. And that was like the drink garnish. And it was epic. Like, it's so cool. So that will be very fun.
All
Lots
right,
of
we
friends
better
to
get a
soda to hang
Kurleth
out
this
with.
year.
Well,
Oh.
that's Malcolm Reed's favorite bat'leth.
Pineapple.
His favorite food is pineapple, right?
Oh, that's right.
Why?
Good knowledge.
Yeah.
They said that in the show.
Very good knowledge.
Then we've got the Seventh Rule Presents Looking Back. This is a pre-recorded item. Remember when Jeffrey Combs played Agamus on Star Trek Lower Decks? Well, when the episode dropped, he joined the hosts of Seventh Rule, Sirach Lofton and Ryan T, to talk about his experiences. So this is just a fun look back at Jeff Combs talking about Lower Decks as we prepare for Lower Decks Season 4, which will be airing in May of this year, right? Just kidding. We have no idea,
Yeah.
but I hope I
I
can't
was
wait.
like, what?
I can't wait.
Yeah, will it?
Crazy.
Will it be
Lower decks,
consistent?
lower decks.
It's been pretty consistently August, September, so probably then, but who knows?
Hope.
Wow, if they can keep that up, that's incredible.
I
Yeah.
mean, they did it the first 3
Case-
times, so
Mhm.
Well, that's why it's shocking. You're like season 4. I'm like, no, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right for sure.
And then
Wow.
and they should have Jake Sisko on the lower
yes, yes.
I
Right,
just so
should.
see that.
yeah.
Or
Where-
will.
Well, we are putting it out there into the universe, so this will happen. Jake Sisko on Lower Decks
For the good of the people. That's what they want.
We will it. Yes. We want it.
Yes.
All right. Then we have Lambda Quadrant, our good friends at Lambda Quadrant. Seeing myself in Trek. Join the Lambda Quadrant crew as they share stories of Trek moments that resonated particularly well with them. That's a great one. We love them. They always have some fun and raucous conversations. We're always like, maybe they're more like a nighttime show.
Yeah.
They're so fun. I love it.
In the greatest way. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And then we have the re-premiering of VFX artist Matt Boardman and the Strange New Worlds pod. And then
go to Saturday. What's Saturday's tagline?
It's a good idea. So you go back to calendar here. There's our fun little spot. No apostrophe. Very nice. Moving up in the world. All right,
so happy about
IDIC
that, by the
Day.
way.
IDIC Day. Like it.
Basically, this is like an everything and anything kind of day.
Because
And it's a fun
IDIC
one.
means infinite diversity and infinite combinations. Not everybody can be expected to know all of these abbreviations.
Yep.
I thought it was just Ryan's
I know.
usual eye dick day. He's usually an eye dick.
That's my bowling name.
Oh my gosh.
So it starts at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern time. That's Ian Spelling. Ian Spelling is freaking incredible. Okay. He's a Star Trek journalist, entertainment writer. He has so many stories to tell us. You should see his background. Just his background has a million stories behind it. So check that out. That starts off our day on Saturday. Then we have the highly anticipated Ferengi Family Hour with Armin, Chase, Max, Sirach, Melissa. That's Armin Shimmerman, Chase Masterson, Max Rudenchik, Sirach Lofton, Melissa Longo. Take a trip down memory lane, remembering the days on set, days in conventions, and even performing on stage together. You cannot miss this panel. Whatever you do on Saturday, you cannot miss this panel.
The noontime, grab your lunch, watch it.
Yeah, or your brunch.
I have a quick question. Ryan, what distinguishes your designation of a stage, like when you have it on the Rene Aubergenois stage, and then sometimes you have it as location? What is the distinguishing?
That's true. We haven't covered that
Great
today.
question.
This is stuff we pulled up back in 2020. So, of course, the Seventh Rule YouTube channel is named after Aaron Eisenberg. That is the Aaron Eisenberg stage. Kind of like when you go to conventions. This was inspired by in-person conventions. And they have the Gene Roddenberry stage, or wait, what is it?
The DeForest Kelley Theater.
DeForest Kelley
Right.
Theater, the Leonard Nimoy Theater, right? So the Seventh Rule channel is the Aaron Eisenberg stage. The Falling Tower channel is the Rene Aubergenois stage, because those were the two shows and two YouTube channels that started this whole thing back in 2020. Now we've got a third one that's just the virtual TrekCon stage. That is the one we are on right now, on which we are now, right, Mohammed?
Yep.
And then the others are the various other ones like Lambda Quadrant, so everything else that's like the location. They've got their own nooks, Bio Trekkie channel, Lambda Quadrant channel, Strange New Pod channel. Those are kind of everywhere. Larry's Trek Land.
Okay, cool.
Good question.
Okay. Then we've got, this is a good one. Our good buddies at Beyond Trek Celebrating Blackness and Entertainment with Tim Russ. Go boldly beyond as host Big J. I think that's how you say it. And Tay Phoenix chat with Tim Russ as they celebrate his career, artistry, and fatherhood in their Black History Month special. Happy Black History Month. Then at 11 a.m., 2 p.m., Star Trek Aliens with Thomas Surprenant. So this is a special one because Thomas, you may know, he's an Emmy Award-winning makeup effects artist. He made tons of Klingons and Ferengi and Cardassians, Bajorans, Borg. And for Virtual TrekCon, he always gets a model. And he turned Rico E. Anderson into a Klingon. He turned Tracy Coco into a Cardassian. He turned Curtis Fortier into a Borg. This year, he's doing a live panel with Scott Baker, Melissa Longo, Rico E. Anderson. They're going to be talking about being aliens and doing all this makeup, and it's going to be really cool and live because he's a little ill, and so he couldn't see people and record something in person. So we're doing it virtual like.
Poor guy.
Oh, he's so amazing.
And he'll be on the cruise again.
There's nothing like his stories. Just incredible.
He has an unusual last name. I've never heard a last name like that.
It's French. It means surprising.
Oh,
really?
Surprenant. Yeah.
Surprenant. Okay.
That's super no.
Surprenant?
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Cool.
So then we have Trexpert's briefing room. Lisa Klink, Peter Holmstrom.
Lisa Klink, the writer from Voyager and a couple episodes of Deep Space Nine.
That's the one.
And 2 graduate.
Discussion of Star Trek the Animated Series and its aliens with Aaron Harvey, our good buddy, and Rich Shipes, I believe. Haven't met Rich yet. Authors of Behind the Scenes Animated Series Coffee Table Book. That is going to be so much fun. It's going to be one of those like who's who discussions of like the old days of the 70s. It's going to be really fun. Trexpert's briefing room is always awesome though.
Yeah, love them.
The highlight for me every year is the Star Trek science quiz. Can y'all tell us about it?
Half of us here on screen are in it. So meteorologist Katie, Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel and I will go on there and we will pop questions up on the screen and we will ask them to the folks who are in the live chat, and they will as quickly as possible type the answers into the live chat, and we will keep tabs on who answers them first, and we'll keep a tally through the whole quiz show, and the top 2 or 3 winners will actually get prizes. So there you go. Katie will ask questions in the physical sciences. I think it had been in the past kind of meteorology specific, but I noticed the ones this time are much more broadly physical sciences.
Oh, yeah.
So that's awesome.
Unless I dig into like dynamics equations, which no one wants, we have to broaden the spectrum.
We kind of do.
It's all good. Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel asks questions.
I'm like, ooh, let's talk about flow cross sections.
Tendency, what?
Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel asks questions more in medicine, and I'll ask more general biology ones. So tune in for that. It'll be fun.
I'm just going to say, spoiler alert, because I'm just so excited for Picard. Mine are very TNG centric.
Okay. Well, that's good because mine are very modern Trek centered.
And if
so
you
they
want to
counterbalance.
study, they're very heavy on episodes that Seventh Rule has reviewed already, so that we can
Whoa.
intro.
Oh, that's a big hint there.
Talk about them. Yeah. So if you can't sleep tonight, you have to study. Watch some Seventh Rule reviews.
There you go.
Medical stuff from the first 8 episodes.
And get your anatomy textbook too.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I might actually get an answer right.
There you go.
You've gotten them right before, Melissa.
And like, this is totally random. Did anyone else see where Chuck A says he's now a grandpa
Yes.
just now in the comment
Oh, congratulations,
Congratulations, Chuck.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
section? See, amazing
so
things
cool.
happen while you're at Virtual TrekCon.
Congrats, Chuck.
Maybe
That's
the Zonkey's
awesome.
name is Baby Chuck.
Or maybe the baby's name will be Zonky.
Oh.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah, he's going to have to.
Or Mochi.
So next was Enterprise, I think. Is that what's after it?
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a big one. So our good buddies at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern time, right after that, the Enterprise guys, Dominic Keating and Connor Trenier, along with their Shuttle Pod Show co-host, Erica LaRose, joined this raucous and entertaining live panel. How do you know it's going to be raucous?
Safe bet.
Guys, you know these guys, right? You've seen them before. That's with myself, Sirach, and Melissa. It's gonna be a great time. It's the Seventh Rule meets Shuttle Pod Show, BYOB. And then right after that, 2:45 p.m. Pacific, 5:45 Eastern Time, the Seventh Rule presents, finally releasing our very first Deep Space Nine deep dive, The Emissary, with Armin Shimmerman.
So cool.
Let's take a journey all the way back to the beginning as the Seventh Rule launch. It's new monthly 5-segment series, Deep Space Nine deep dives. It's going to be insane. We also have incorporated our brother Aaron Eisenberg to spark the conversations. It's great that he actually sparks up the conversations during the show. Really fun.
What does the 5-segment thing mean?
Well, our regular reviews have 3 segments generally, 3.5.
Yeah.
Well,
like
this
the
will
first,
be 5.
the before, the middle, then after the middle, and the free for all, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This will be 5. The final 2 are free for all esque.
Okay.
The 4th one is where we incorporate Mr. Aaron Eisenberg, and Melissa does a great job of digging through the annals of Seventh Rule history to find some Aaron excerpts for us.
Fun.
Nice.
It's fun.
Then
Ryan just wants to say annals.
I did, because when I said it, I was picturing how it's spelled and toying with that.
It's got 2 ends. 2 ends.
You can't make me hear that.
Reminds me of peaches.
Oh, the emoji. Okay. I was like, I don't. Peaches are delicious.
They are delicious.
Anyway,
nutritious.
you guys, Katie is here. Be nice.
Aw, we love Katie.
Yeah. So
I
this
would
is
make
the
a
right
heart,
time.
but
Oh, poor Katie.
There it is. This is the right time, Mohammed, to tell everybody about the contest we've got going on that ends on Friday night.
Tomorrow night, yeah.
Mhm.
Do you want me to do that right now?
Please.
Okay, so as you all know, we have the Lappy Awards show coming up on Sunday. So what the Lappy Awards are, this is a series of awards that are essentially we have not chosen the winners, but these are for some aspect of the Trek community. So an example I give every time we do this is, for example, best character arc in Legacy Star Trek. We didn't pick the winners. We just put out there a category. We had a nomination phase, and then we had a voting phase. We have a winner now for that one. You don't know who the winner is, and you'll find out on Sunday. But what you can do is you can go to a website, which is probably in the description box here, sometime before tomorrow night, and you can guess who you think are going to win the various Lappy Awards. So you can go, for example, to a best character arc in Legacy Star Trek and say, I think it's Nog, I think it's EMH Doctor, I think it's Data, I think it's Damar. Pick whichever one you think it is. Do that for all the questions, and the people who get the most correct, or the most points correct, will win big prizes. And I will say, nobody has gotten them all right yet, and actually nobody has even come super close to getting them all right yet.
This is
so there's
hard.
plenty of room to win there. And the key is you don't have to know, there is no right answer. You're just guessing who you think the Trek community broadly, not us, the Trek community broadly voted for.
This is kind of inspired. And by the way, speaking of Damar, voting ends Damar night, everybody.
Well done.
So
well
you
done.
gotta just get it in that. And the link is in the description box below.
Homer.
Well, speaking of Sirach, this is also partially inspired by Sirach's weekly. Jake Sisko guesses the IMDb score, because he's not
Same
saying
idea.
what he thinks this thing deserves, or what he thinks the episode is. He's trying to get into the minds of the people that are voting and guess what they voted.
Good at it.
So good at
They're
it.
very good at it. Yeah.
He's half emissary. Duh.
Yeah.
It's true. Good point. Good point.
Order.
Somebody says it's like Trek Family Feud. It's a little bit like that. It's
Right.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically you're just guessing what you think the Trek community, the fans, and probably I want to see the directors and writers of episodes getting all these different Gmail accounts so they could vote multiple times for their episodes.
They should have
Anyway.
done that for the winner instead of for the guessing.
Right.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it.
But anyway, the reason we bring that up, Mohammed, is because will they find out how well they did on Sunday, or might they find out some of it on Saturday?
Good. That's why I was wondering why you brought that up right now. Is because you're right. The golden lobes, the just for fun questions at the end. Well, those you will find out the correct answers for on Saturday night. So that comes at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I think there were only like 4 or 5. There weren't very many of those questions.
7.
Well, there were 7 of them.
7 of those and 22 for the Lappies. So it's 29 in total. It's a different point scale and everything. It's super scientific, everybody, but we're going to get
best
some winners.
Bowler in Enterprise. That was one of the questions on it. Best Bowler in Enterprise. Do you think it's Hoshi? Maybe. Do other people think it's Hoshi is what you really want to know in terms of the guessing.
That's exactly it.
So how do you fill out your submission?
There's a link. Yeah, there's a link. I don't know if it's in the description box here, but
It
there's a link.
is.
It is. Oh, good. I'm glad. There's a link in the description box. You just go in there, click it, and just go through and vote. You're gonna have to put in your name just so we can announce, who won, and you have to put an email address so we can actually send you your prize. And we don't want just the email address like we did in the original vote. Otherwise, we'll have to say ann.marie.siegel@hotmail.com or something like that. We don't want to do that.
Check this out. Check this out. Watch the next VTC video here. Full VTC4 schedule here. Fill out your guesses.
Good. I'm glad
right here. So you click this, everybody. Now this is how it's going to look at first. So you got to click show more, and then you click here. You fill that out. You have 1 day left to do it. Okay. God, is that what I look like? That's
I know, right?
God, Srock's hat is so cool though.
It is so cool.
Very cool hat.
That is on right. That is tomorrow, Saturday. Sorry.
That's due tomorrow.
8 p.m. Eastern.
The guesses are due tomorrow.
Guesses are tomorrow. Yeah. Sorry.
All right. So that's gonna be super fun. And featuring Tracy Coco and Raven Dowda.
Lieutenant Jay from Next Generation in the movies.
Yeah. And Dr. Pollard from Discovery.
That's the one. And then we have the 7th Rule Roundtable discussion. This is a pre-recorded premiering. Wishes for Star Trek Lower Decks from a little while ago when Star Trek Lower Decks gave us a gift and went to Deep Space Nine in season 3. So we got to reconnect with Kira, Quark, and Morn, kind of. But what do we want next? Do we want them to visit Voyager, Captain Archer, Spot, Sulu? It's like a what if panel discussion with all of our friends. And by all, I mean some.
Didn't we get Sulu? I think we had Sulu.
We got Sulu.
Lower Decks.
Ooh. Oh wait, no, you're right.
We got Sulu because it was at that barn place.
Yes, we did. There was.
We're just streaming it.
And then
my.
Yeah.
This is going to be
he said something like,
one.
"Yes, I just said that," when Brad was Boimler was explaining something back to him.
Yeah.
Such a great
Lambda
show.
Quadrant, defending unpopular Star Trek opinions. This one is pretty self-explanatory, so get ready for a rowdy Saturday night debate. What do you think, Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel?
I am very excited. You know how I feel about Lambda Quadrant, which is that I absolutely love all of them. And they put on such a wonderful show. I'm just going to group Lambda Quadrant and also To Proudly Go Together because they're sort of sister organizations. And Randy Frank, who runs Lambda Quadrant, is on the To Proudly Go 501c3 advisory board. So the To Proudly Go event is then going to be like a 15-minute video of Star Trek, like a Star Trek drag variety show with jokes and some very fun Star Trek scenes reimagined. And that is To Proudly Go, which is a New York charitable 501c3 nonprofit. And we raise money for Pop Culture Hero Coalition. And right now, God's Love, we deliver like a HIV and cancer, LGBT food pantry delivery service. And they usually have Saturday night parties at Barracuda. So check out To Proudly Go. So it's going to be a good Saturday night.
All right. So And then after that, on Saturday night, we've got a couple more of the re-premiering international shows. So check those out. If you're up, check them out. If you're just waking up somewhere around the world, check those out. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's all still very fan interactive. Also, let's move over to Sunday.
Can I show something real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can let me share screen.
Okay.
So
There you go.
So the first thing on Sunday is going to be an interview with art director. Hey, Matt Boardman. There's going to be an interview with art director Tim Peel, who is associated with Discovery and Strange New Worlds and Short Treks. And he'll show us some things which were in episodes and some things which maybe weren't. I'm going to show you a little teaser of something that's in that recorded interview right now. You see this right there? That is what was supposed to be a computer image of species 10C up super close. That never made it into the show, but it's one of the things that he produced in there. So it's super cool. So you'll see things like that in there. So that was
so
it.
awesome.
That's incredible. Speaking of visual effects, we've got Matt Boardman here, everybody, with a cool background joining in. I just realized the link that we gave you to join a few minutes ago was the wrong one. We had to switch to a different Zoom. So sorry, Matt.
That's okay.
Welcome. So before we move over to Sunday, we did tease what you did for us. Can you give us a little hint, or just say what it was, I guess? Why hint anymore? We're almost out of time.
Oh, but sometimes the fun is in the tease, right? No, I was I would say very privileged to have the opportunity to make some thumbnails for Virtual TrekCon 4. Which I had a lot of fun with, and I'm always grateful for those opportunities. I mean, look, come on, how can you go wrong when you have people that look that good, right?
Yeah.
Is that a view screen or a window? Just kidding.
Very cool.
It's both. It's both.
It's both.
Star Trek Slayer.
What's another good one here? So so the colors are super interesting here, right? It's like there's some grays, there's some light blues, almost like a fluorescent metallic blue, orange. What was the inspiration on this color palette?
So at the time that I was thinking about what to do for these, one of the guys who had worked on the LCARs for this season of Star Trek Picard, well, actually in last season, Andrew Jarvis, posted a color palette of what they used for the LCARs for the Federation ships, specifically for the Stargazer and then for the Titan bridge. And I was like, hey, that would be kind of cool to incorporate into this. And I don't know, I always like LCARs, and like in this instance, we're making a thumbnail, and we don't want the focus to be the LCARs, so it's very, those are kind of simplistic. It's funny, as an artist, it's always a lesson in humility, because when you think you've done something cool, and then you kind of go out there and you start looking, I'm like, oh wait, no, that's very basic. There's some guys out there doing really cool stuff. But honestly, though, the focus is the guests, and I think that this design kind of helps. It's familiar. So if you're scrolling past it, say you've never heard of Virtual TrekCon, I wanted it to be something where it's like, hey, wait a minute, that looks familiar. That looks like Star Trek. And oh, that's a really cool guest to somebody that was on Star Trek or involved in some way that I would like to see. And it invites you to come in and click that link. And if you are just now seeing Virtual TrekCon, you're in for a cool treat. It's a great ride.
Yes.
So cool.
We got thumbnails for every occasion. But thanks, Matt Boardman. You whipped those up super quickly. They're beautiful.
Gorgeous.
And it's Star Trek Picard relevant. It's
right.
Amazing. Brilliant. Let's hop
Can I add
over to
something
Sunday.
there really quick.
Yeah.
I had to look up what LCARS means, because you guys throw that around like
I had a
everybody
feeling.
knows.
I know, we're such nerds.
I was gonna say, could you explain LCARS for
Yeah.
those who may not know what that is?
And
Yeah.
I never remember
Yeah.
what the acronym stands for, and very few people do.
Well, I have it here. It's Library Computer Access Retrieval System.
It's hard to remember.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like, You guys throw it
Touchy.
around. It's like everybody's
Catchy.
supposed to know. And I'm like, I've
Kitschy.
never heard of L cars. What the hell is L cars? So yes, and I guess it's only in Star Trek.
Yes.
Although, if you walk around NASA,
So far.
apparently, and you look in people's offices, the word on the street is it's surprising how many actual scientists have their computer set up in L cars, like to have the feel of Star Trek.
Oh yeah,
Literally,
it's my phone too.
my home screen.
Yeah.
My phone
That's
too. I'm the
cool.
same.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's cool
What?
because we were introduced to it by Michael Kuda. You know,
Mhm.
Michael Kuda started with Star Trek V.
Yeah.
He kind of came up with that graphical look on the bridge of the Enterprise, and then that carried over into the next generation. So it's, I mean, in the course of building out a show, you know, there's a design language that you establish, and Star Trek, for its graphical interfaces, that has become the design language for it. And so, I mean, it's a great piece that, like, even though a lot of the times the displays are out of focus in the background and you don't really, you know, they say things, but we don't really know, but you know that they have form and function to them. And that's what's so great about the LCARS design. And even more that's cool is that now we have like a new generation of artists who have taken the stuff that Mike has done and pushed it into what is now the 25th century LCARS.
Wow.
So cool. I love it.
So I'm looking at the clock, and you know I get like really hardcore about our schedule.
So does Muhammad. Muhammad gets crazy about schedules too.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's knock it out.
We have to go
Sunday.
through these last 2 days really quick.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, awards
This is so
ceremony
awesome.
day. This
And
is
I
Sunday,
also,
February 19th.
I could talk about the LCARs and those thumbnails for forever. Okay, sorry. Go.
The aforementioned Tim Peel that Muhammad was telling us all about. Great preview there. 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Start your Sunday off right with your mimosas and your Tim Peel. Then at 7:50 a.m. Pacific time, 10:50 Eastern, Beyond Trek, Star Trek Picard Season 3, aka TNG Season 8, they say with a giggle. So check that out. That's going to be a fun one. Then at our regular time, Sirach and I, with Denise Crosby, the Seventh Rule presents TNG Episode 8, The Battle. Speaking of the USS Stargazer, if you remember that episode. So this is going to be their first time watching this episode, The Battle, and checking out the Stargazer. What did they think? Well, we'll see at that time, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. Then at 9:30 and 12:30, boy, we have got to, these will be fixed today.
Yeah.
Double PT, like the third thing. The Seventh Rule presents a look back 3 years ago. It's a flashback to when Sirach and I talked about the episode Cardassians from the second season. It's just a fun clip. Check it out. Then Shuttle Pod Show, Star Trek Enterprise, Dominic Keating and Connor Trenier with co-host Erica LaRose. Talk about life, Star Trek, special guests. You know what they do. Check it out. That's right there. Then Seventh Rule presents our second Deep Space Nine deep dive, past prologue with Andrew Robinson, aka Garrick. This is another one in which Aaron Eisenberg sparks conversations for us. Garrick is
Garrick's first episode.
Yes, it is when he is introduced, and it's a great time. So check that out. You do not want to miss that.
And
Then
happy birthday to Andy Robinson. He just had a birthday.
yeah, yesterday, right? Or the day
Yes.
before.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday.
Then
I've
the
seen
sci-fi
Yvette in the
system.
live chat, who is one of the sci-fi sisters. So hello, Yvette. And I'll just go ahead and say this. When they do a countdown, it's amazing. They're doing the top 10 TNG episodes. I think last time they did Deep Space Nine, and we're just in for such a treat. I can't wait for that.
So set your alarm clocks, everybody, if you sleep in late. And then we've got a great panel with the guys from Star Trek Voyager and the Delta Flyers, Garrett Wong, Megan Elise, Robert Duncan McNeil, aka Robbie, and Rebecca McNeil are here with myself, Melissa, and Sirach. It's like a clash of the Titans, except we don't.
It's fun to giggle.
It is. It's going to be a lot of fun. Then we have the Lappy pregame hype show. Lambda Quadrants for Andy Frank, Trek Movies, Lori Olsta, and the Sci-Fi Sisters. We should put Lori Olsta with an A.
Yeah.
So they're going to be the pregame hype show. They're going to talk about the awards, the categories. And here's the secret. They may be announcing one or two of the winners themselves. So you kind of have to watch.
What?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the
You
rule.
want to know if you won the contest.
Right.
By the way, winners of the contest get cool packages sent their way. First place gets the biggest package. The second place gets still a big package. Third place gets like a smaller package. We might even have like little tiny packages for other, but that's why you want to do this free stuff. And also because it's fun, mostly because it's fun.
Bragging rights.
And then come on, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time. This is it. You voted for finalists. You added hundreds of names and moments. You voted on categories. You voted on which finalists should win. And now the winners will be finally announced live. There will be dozens of special guests and surprises. If there's one thing you stop everything and watch this year, make it this Star Trek Awards show for the fans, by the fans, the 2023 Lappy Awards live. Don't miss it, everybody.
Dozens of Trek creatives, as you said earlier.
Yep. And then we've got the Lappy post-show analysis. This is fun. It's like after the games, Sirach and I like to watch the post-game show, when they're just people like Scott Van Pelt, sometimes, or when it's like TNT, our buddies with EJ and Kenny and Shaq and Chuck, right? They hang out, they talk about the game, they analyze. We got some of the best analytical minds. Larry's going to do his best Shaq impression.
Shaq is so cute.
And that's with Larry Nemechek, Brie Belke, Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel, Shar Schmidt, and of course, Screen Rant's Trek writer, John Orchiola, as they take us through what TF we just witnessed.
Not our fault. We just tallied.
The first?
Yes, exactly. Let's fly through
first.
Monday right quick. Brian Volkweiss, Star Trek documentarian, animated show producer. This guy's amazing. Can't explain everything that he does because there's way too much. It's insane. He did the Star Trek Center Seat docuseries. Tons of stuff. Check it out. Cool cartoons. You're going to love it. Chaotic Space with the Roddenberries. Also awesome. We love the Roddenberries. They like us. So that's cool. And they got a variety show live. It's going to be freaking radical. Clone Star podcast. Sean, and I wish I knew how to pronounce that name. Just about the two most Irish names for two thoroughly Irish men,
and
they
Sean
say.
Ferrick, you might know from Trek Culture.
Yeah, you're going to say
What Culture. I was going to say Trek Culture, the offshoot of What Culture. It's going to be amazing.
Right.
They're
so check that
hilarious.
out. Yeah. Clone Star, very nice. Ben Robinson, writer and editor of several Star Trek related references and works. He's also the man behind the much fabled Eagle Moss. So check that out. Lots of information there. Myself and Sirach interview him as well as Brian Volkweiss. And then Melissa Longo, your thoughts?
Really excited for this panel. Are there true heroines in Star Trek? And it's a topic that I'm really excited to dive into with Mary Chieffo and
Kitty Swink,
Chase Masterson and Kitty Swink and Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel.
What?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very, very special people in this panel and, close to my heart anyway.
So look forward to that, everybody. You're not going to miss that one. You better not. It's going to be freaking amazing. Then at 1 p.m., 4 p.m., we've got Star Trek Locations panel with Larry Nemechek and Terrace Cassidy. This is great. If you saw Larry's first panel today, you will know that this one is going to be equally amazing. He does deep dives like nobody else. Then we've got the Voyager documentary live update. Voyager producers Dave Zappone, Lolita Faggio, Luke Snalem, myself. We're going to talk about the Voyager documentary and give everybody an update, make some announcements, some possibly very big announcements if you're into that kind of stuff. That's live. Then Falling Tower presents Watch the First Star Blazers. Myself and Muhammad with actresses.
Star Blazers.
Yep. Actresses Lila Shacker and Jennifer Keene. Watch that 70s sci-fi cartoon that everybody knows and loves, except for me.
Never heard of
Searching for a distant star, heading off to Iskandar, leaving all we left behind. Who knows what dangers we'll find? Sorry.
Yay!
Okay.
Love Ceremonies.
Matt recognizes it. he was nodding along for a second there.
Nice.
Yeah.
That thing was born like before Katie's parents were born.
Boy.
And then the virtual TrekCon 4 closing ceremonies. We will be back, this fun group, and we will talk about everything that happened. We will also announce the winners of all the best packages from your guesses with the Lappy Awards. So if you want to know if you got, if you won, that's going to be during the closing ceremonies live. Now, print out your sheet so you know how many you got right or wrong. That won't tell you if you won, but it'll tell you how well you did.
Ryan,
cool.
if somebody misses a time slot for something that they want to see, is it still going to be available to watch on the link?
Great
question.
question. As Muhammad said, Muhammad likes to say,
this.
what a great and leading question. That's what Muhammad says. Yes. So everything that you miss, you will still be able to watch. Everything stays online. It will still have the link. So in June, you could literally go on the website and watch every episode clicking one by one, or you could just click on the first episode and click to the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one through the description box link.
Cool.
Okay,
Great.
and the last thing.
And the last thing is not the last thing.
And the second to last thing.
The second to last
third
thing.
to last thing.
The Seventh Rule presents The Last Outpost with Armin Shimmerman and Denise Crosby.
Woohoo.
Do you remember when we were first introduced to the Ferengi? It was the 4th episode of The Next Generation, and Armin Shimmerman was one of them. You'll never guess if he was happy about that or not. We'll talk about it.
Those really bright screens.
Because he's never mentioned his feelings before.
Denise Crosby, Sirach Lofton, watch it for the very first time and discuss. It's the full episode. You're going to love it. Check it out. Then we have a couple re-premierings for our international viewers, Brian Volkweiss and Ben Robinson, with myself and Sirach Lofton. And that's that. And then on Tuesday, go to watch the main viewer on this channel, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. That's it. We got to roll. We are over time. We have 2 minutes over time, and we are just hitting that mark and passing it. So everybody, thank you very much for joining us. Click that link below and go hop on the next video and just keep doing that. Keep sharing it to the world and let all your friends know. We will see you next time. So long.
Like away.
Enjoy Virtual TrekCon 4.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
I forgot to record.